Hello everyone, my name is Kangere and I'm one of the co-founders of Rooted in Africa and Ireland Network. We're just doing a quick video to introduce ourselves and to tell you about the exciting things we have lined up and how you can become part of the RIAI Network family. So I am rooted in Zimbabwe and Ireland, and I've been living here for the past 20 years. And I'm a firm believer that if someone is to understand where they're going, they need to know where they're coming from. And one of the core objectives in RIAI Network is for young people and their families to have a sense of pride of their heritage. And when we say their heritage, we're looking at all across Africa and the diaspora, including those that are in the Caribbean and those that were removed from the African continent through enslavement and now find themselves on the American continent. So you are all part of our family. And we will be running a few activities that would bring the sense of pride. My background is in education and law. And one of the things that I found that if a person does not have knowledge of who they are, it also becomes problematic. And when they have to face things like racism and discrimination, their roots are shook and they find themselves in places where they don't know where they're going. So we are building this family in Ireland because we are now rooted in Ireland and also where we come from, to continue this pride and give families and young people a sense of belonging, a sense of duality, a sense of that they're rooted and united. And I'll pass over to Diane.
Hi, thank you, Joy Tendai. Hi, everyone. My name is Diane Ihire, and I'm one of the co-founders of RIAI Network. And I am rooted in the east of Africa and Ireland. And just to echo what Joy said, that we started this. We've always had a dream to have a space and a place where people rooted in Ireland and Africa can be themselves, can meet other people, can interact with each other. Really, a family, a village for people who are rooted in Africa and Ireland. And thanks to technology, me and Joy and I met, and our goals align, and our hopes for the future of children rooted in Africa and Ireland align. Then we decided to start this network. My background is in social care and social work, and so I do believe that having an understanding and a knowledge of who you are as a person is the root of kind of knowing where you're going. So understanding of who you are enables you to be able to progress and move on in life. So we hope that Rooted in Africa and Ireland Network will be a place where young people, children and families rooted in Africa and Ireland can be themselves, find each other, form a network and support each other, but also feel as if they belong both in the African continent, but also in Ireland, because we do acknowledge that especially children, they might find themselves in kind of a confused era and a confused journey, as I was once upon a time, because you don't know are you African, are you Irish. It's a confusing journey. So we hope RIAI Network will provide that space and that knowledge, basically. So yeah, that's me. I suppose, Joy, if you can tell us a little bit of what you see RIAI Network do and how you see RIAI Network reaching people and how you see that happening.
So firstly, our main goal is to bring everyone together. I'm not saying we're not looking at geographical, tribal or continental divisions. We are saying we are united because we have roots in Africa. And for that purpose, we are offering a lot of services which instill this African pride. I mean, living in Ireland and also having a duality in identity is something beautiful. It's something that is not celebrated. It's something that is usually interrogated by the question, where are you from? Where are you really, really from? And when a person is asked that question, instead of being the fallback of saying, you know, yes, they're Irish, but they also should stand up and have the pride to say, yes, I'm rooted in Africa, and also the place where the African roots that make them whole. And I think having an answer like that really gives a person a stronger, you know, ground. And if faced with someone that has ill intentions, they will be shaken. They won't know what to say. So in our services, I'll run quickly. We'll be offering anti-racism and unconscious bias training. We'll also be doing workshops with schools and colleges, because, as I said, education and knowledge is very important. So we need to start with society from a very young age. So we're working with those sectors in getting the message across that we need an inclusive society. And in terms of training, anti-racism training, we'll be working with organizations, companies, corporate world, private and public companies, in creating inclusive working environments where people feel included and don't feel excluded. And the other fun part of our activities, I'll hand off to Diane, because she's the fun person in this organization.
So we'll be doing mentoring and body programs. As I said, I was a kid in Ireland, and I didn't really know where I belonged. And I always say that I would have loved to have somebody, to have a mentor, to have someone who sees the world the way I see it, or who's been there and knows what's coming. I would have loved to have someone like that. So we are hoping and we are aiming to have a mentoring program in RIAI Network, where we'll pair a child or a young person with an adult who is rooted in Africa and Ireland, for support, for guidance, for kind of just really all the network that a child needs. We also will be doing a body program where we'll be pairing children within each other, because we find, you know, in Ireland, when people see you, or when people see you basically as a black person, all they see is a black person, regardless of where you come from, or, you know, regardless of your geography, all you are is a black person. So we hope to have a body program of children of African descent to make friendships, to learn from each other and comfort each other, really, because, as I said, if something happens to you on the street, knowing that you have someone who you can talk to, someone you can text, someone you can meet up and tell them about that life, and they can see it from your lens, sometimes that's all you need. And unfortunately, you know, busy life with parents, life itself make it difficult. Sometimes parents don't see the world in the children's view. They don't understand how or what children face. So we do know that there is power in having a friend, having somebody who sees the world the way you see you, the way you see it. So we want to have body programs. You want to talk about the book club?
Yes, we're very okay. Thanks, Diane. It's an exciting part of the work that we're going to be carrying out within RIAI Network. We believe in reading and seeing representation, that representation matters. And one of the things as a mother that I've noticed when I go into libraries or even look for books is that there's a very few books that show children of African descent or children that look like them, and they end up with a default of wanting to be something that they're not. You know, they aspire, whether they start feeling embarrassed about their skin color, their hair texture, and a lot of things. So we will be creating book clubs in which we'll have book exchanges for all age groups, and also the parents that they can read and understand. So one of our aims is to start building this book exchange, and we'll be filled with stories, African stories of hope, joy, and happiness. And also move away from the negative connotation of poverty, war that Africa is often given. There is a lot of positivity happening in Africa. There's a lot of life. There's always joy. There's always a spirit. And I think this is one thing that brought us, that an East African person and a Southern African person, we are brought by the spirit of what we call in Southern Africa, Ubuntu. I am me because we are we. And we don't see Diane is my sister. And when I see anyone that looks like me, whether they're from the Caribbean or whether they're from the Americas, we are united in our Africanness. So those books are there, and we'll be building the book exchange, and hopefully with donations provide resources for everyone that needs them to use them.
Yeah. We'll also be having a cultural programs, so we'll have cooking classes or cooking shows. We find, as Joyce and I said, the narratives of Africa are often negative, but we do have loads of positive aspects to Africa, and we want to showcase that in RIAINet Network. So either be through cooking, through food tasting, through our own cuisine, through sports and games and play, through hair. So we do know that hair is a big part of who we are. As Emma Dabiri wrote in her book, hair is a big part of how we identify ourselves. So we will have hair days and hair workshops. We'll have various cultural programs that celebrate being African, celebrate being Black in the Irish context. Which will be useful for children, but also for parents. We do know that there are parents out there who have children of African descent, but they don't have the support around them. They don't have the network around them to navigate being a parent to a child who looks different to you. So we do hope that RIAINet Network will be a space for everyone who's rooted in Africa, in Ireland. And as Joyce and I said, it doesn't matter where exactly, it doesn't matter where, as long as you feel within yourself that you are rooted in Africa and Ireland, it will be a safe space for you. Just to finish off, if you can tell us, how can people get involved, Joy?
Okay, so we are on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, so you can connect with us. But in terms of registering for membership, on our website, RIAINetwork.com, if you could send us an email with your details, and we're compiling a membership list in order to start our activities. And our activities, due to COVID social distancing, we hope to have online, and when we do have more interactive activities, we'll be letting you know through our website and on social media. So to say, be part of our rooted and united family, and we hope to see you when we meet.
Exactly. Yeah, so definitely just spread the word, tell people who we are, visit our website, and be part of our little community, because as Joyce and I said, for now we can't meet physically, but we can still do a lot online. So be part of our community, tell people, but also it's really important to remember that being rooted in Africa, in Ireland, is seen differently depending on what lens you see from. So a parent, a child, a young person understand and see being rooted in Africa, in Ireland differently. We do acknowledge that, and we do know that. So that's why all we are is a safe